Welcome back to AskAPop. Today we're talking about two very different moms, one mission fulfilled. Okay, now what were you doing when you were a teenager? Scratch that. I probably don't want to know because I do teach the teenagers in Sunday school, and I was one. So let's just think about it for a second. How about being visited by an angel of God and being told that you're going to be the mother of the Messiah? That your entire life that you planned out now out the window, and that everybody that you knew was going to kind of look at you sideways, and that the town wasn't going to believe what you're doing, and everything was going to get more complicated, and hmm. When I teach about Mary to folks that uh, pretty much their whole idea of Mary and the Christmas comes from the Christmas story, that's when the, the aha moment kind of sinks in. Because if you can stop and think for a second and realize that this was a young girl that had her entire life that, she'd already kind of planned out, it was upended. But instead of freaking out, she leaned in and turned into God and said, "Here am I, send me." This girl, to turn a phrase that her son would later teach us, she didn't show the faith of a mustard seed. She used the whole dang plant. And that's not all of the story, as we well know, because just a little ways away, she had a cousin who had never had kids of her own and was now well past the age of what people would have kids back then was. And she had been visited by an angel a few months before Mary and had been told that she was going to have a son named John who was going to do great things on his own. And Mary had went to stay with Elizabeth before her birth because, again, remember that town thing, not going to believe her. And heck, that town even ran Jesus out of town years later. The two of the women had met up, and while the babies were still in the women's wombs, John started doing his job even back then. Now, the reason that I bring all this up is because with Mother's Day coming up, I figured I wanted to share a couple of my thoughts on a couple exceptional mothers that were pointed out in the Bible, and maybe give a little Cecilized version of events and from their perspective. Now, the pictures that I've been showing today are all taken from Nazareth, the town of Mary, and one of the pictures has the best mother, Mimi, and wife in the entire world praying away in one of those churches. For all you moms, pseudo moms, because we know that mom is a title, mother is DNA. Here's wishing you all a very happy Mother's Day from AskAPop in the Connections Ministry.